All right, we got asked about teenage relationship advice, so this video is about teenage relationship advice. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe right there, the little button. Boop. Subscribe, and all of your dreams and wishes in your life and everything that you've ever wanted will come true. No, not really, but that would be kind of cool. But it will be in the right direction. It will be in the right direction.
That's true.
It's worth it. So just subscribe. Click, click, click. Okay,
good things happen when you subscribe.
Yeah.
Today's relationship advice is about teenagers and teenage relationship advice. Right now, in the media, in movies, in everywhere you look, kids and teenagers are inundated with, being wild and going to parties and drinking and sleeping around and trying drugs and all this stuff. And none of those things have ever led anyone to a happy or successful relationship long term, ever in the history of the universe.
That's true.
So chances are it's not gonna do that for you.
Fact. The reality is, though, I mean, when you're a teenager, right? We were all teenagers once. We're not that much past,
True.
teenagers, especially not her.
Still youngins.
Yeah, look at that. But the reality is, you have this like amazing time of your life, and you can really spend that time of your life in a way that's actually so positive that can set you up for a long-term life. I mean, I think we got together when you were...
my last year of high school. I was 18.
And I just turned 19.
Yeah.
And we've been together for 12 and a half years. And the reality is, during the teenage years of life and all of this, you want to get out there. You want to really, you're learning a lot throughout your whole life. But those are some pretty developing years of your life. And so that's not to say don't go and have fun. Do go have fun. And when you have a relationship, I remember you get a crush on a girl, and it's like, that's the whole life. That's everything in your whole world. And you have to wait one day to see them, and you're like, oh my gosh, you're pulling your hair out like, oh, I have to wait to see that for 12 hours. What's going on? And that's real life. So it's we get that, we get it. But you can do that in a way that's also that also leads you to not having stupid things later.
Yeah, and actually sets you up for success in your personal life, in your work life, in your love life. Yes, have fun. You might make mistakes. You might have to go through a bit of a learning curve, like with anything, and that's fine. But there are ways of avoiding as much drama and pain and confusion as possible. And really, I think it starts with the mindset. If your mindset is, full on party mode, experience life and all of this,
and trying to just be cool for others. That's the other part where it gets a little bit weird. If you're just trying to be cool for the sake of being cool, you can be cool and not have to do dumb things.
Exactly. You can, actually be looking for a good relationship. You might still go through several, and, that doesn't make you bad or wrong or whatever, but, if you are hey, that person is someone that I shouldn't spend the rest of my life with, well, then why spend a date or a night or a weekend or 6 months with? If you know already this is not it, try to find someone that at least has the potential of being it. Hey, this could actually work out long term. Obviously, you still have to then date and get to know the person and go through all of that, and it may or may not turn out that way. But if your mindset is, I'm actually looking to set up my life in these years of setting up my life, you're gonna be a lot closer than if you're these are my years to just be totally crazy and whatever. Because
there is no rule that says that you have to start a quote real relationship way later in life.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean okay, you finish school, you get established in life, you're now 35 years old, beginning the journey.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to do that. Yes, that does happen for some people, and that's okay. But you could actually look for somebody look, the reality is sometimes people are physically attracted to somebody who's actually kind of a asshole.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. I mean, that happens, you know? And it's like, I understand. I mean, when I was in, let's see, I was just about to, no, I was just going into high school. I actually lied about my age. I actually said that I was older than I was, which is kind of funny because in the grade that I was in, that would actually make me have failed the earlier grade, except for I was like a really good student. So I literally lied about my age to a girl because I was trying to get her to like me, and she liked some other guy, and you know, then and this guy was in a different school, and I found out about him, and we had a chance to play football together. And see, I was in the school that was on the south side of this city, and this kid was on the north side of the city. And I remember there was this time.
Territorial.
It was south side. No, so we were able to, we actually had a summer thing that happened where we played football between the two groups. I got to play football with that kid. I drove him into the ground. I remember there was just one tackle. It was my only memory of that whole day was basically one tackle where I jumped on his back and then rode him into the ground and then really made sure he felt the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was because of my crush with the crazy chick.
Big strong man.
I mean, she was fine. She was an okay person. She was just not the long-term person.
She wasn't me.
No. She was not you. Trust me. No, she is perfection.
Oh. Well, thank you.
No. So anyways, yeah, you just, look for that.
And that also is not to say that you can't have fun and really experience life and learn your lessons and all of that while still actually trying to have a good relationship. Because I think that the way it's kind of set up right now with how people are getting their ideas, it's like you party and have fun and then you settle down and get serious.
Yeah.
That has not been our experience.
No.
We really started having fun in our lives when we actually found the things that we were looking for in a relationship, in work, in ourselves. So, and
so frankly, look, you may not know what you want until you actually try that. Like I'll tell you frankly, really, like real talk. I thought, hashtag real talk. I thought there were certain things that I wanted in a girl. And I went out with a girl and found those things were so not what I wanted. Like not at all. And I didn't know that. And somebody could have told me. I remember, the only time my dad and I got along like my whole life, the only time that he and I fought was like really one main time. And
can't even imagine that.
No, I know, right? But we fought and it was over a girl. And it was a girl who he really didn't like. And I did, and it was funny because it just wasn't a perfect fit. Like there was no fault on her or whatever. It was not the right person for me. And so then I got more specific about here's what I'm looking for, and I continued to do that, and it's not just the popular person, it's not just the cool kid, it's not just the whatever. They may be cool. And as long as they're fit everything else that you want too. You can always look for that. There's no you have to start doing that when you're 25.
Exactly. And you the way that you have fun and the way you go to parties and that for us has developed over time. And I used to try to go to the parties that everyone else thought were really fun and cool and all that. And I would just sit there looking around going, this is not my idea of fun, because none of these people are gonna remember any of this in the morning because they're all totally drunk, and B, they're not, when you look in someone's eyes and their eyes are screaming for help, it doesn't matter what kind of fun it looks like they're having, that person's not having fun. And to me that was, I don't know, it was just so obvious to me at a really young age, this is not actually fun. They're having fun on the surface, but deep down, they're not actually enjoying this, and they would be much happier if they were focused on a goal that they really cared about, were with someone they really cared about, had friends that they really knew had their back, and all that. So that's what I started looking for super young. And sure, there were some bumps in the road and I had to, kind of figure that all out. But when I started getting the people out of my life that didn't really support me and my dreams and my goals, and also my relationship goals, that's when I really found myself, my purpose, and that's when I really started having fun. And now we go to parties and it's like people that are on the same page with us, people that are super kick-ass in life, people that are very stable in their relationships and winning at life, and that is way more fun than a drunken bash that no one remembers the next day.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, the reality is at a young age, we are, because of really kind of focusing on the longer term when we were younger, we're in a position where, we help other people with their lives now. We have the house that we want, the relationship that we want, the cars that we want, the life that we want. We can go and, we were just in, where were we?
We were in the Caribbean
we were in Caribbean.
2 weeks, then we were in Canada for the weekend.
And then we were in Switzerland a little bit ago, and I was in South Africa. So, we've been able to do all these different things because we thought about our life later. And the reality is that sometimes when I was younger, and people would tell me that kind of thing, I wouldn't always listen.
But some things you don't want to hear, but
yeah,
sometimes.
But you need to hear, son.
Well,
listen to me.
But sometimes it's worth hearing it, especially from people that you want what they have, or you can actually look up to them. We're not 85 and just figuring out our lives. We're young and successful and have a successful relationship and are genuinely happy people because of the decisions that we made, yes, recently, but also started to think about when we were much younger.
Yeah.
And it came from also people that we looked up to giving us solid advice at that age and going like, you can do this and you will have momentary fun potentially, or you can do these other things and have real long-term, long-lasting fun. So there were definitely lonely weekends where my friends were out doing super fun stuff that I was left out of or chose not to partake in because I knew that it would set me up later, for less happiness. In that moment, it really sucked. Like so bad. But now all of those friends that I was with then, they're now just starting to figure out their lives, and we're
already rolling,
kicking ass. Yeah. So it is worth it. Might not seem it in the moment, but take the time to figure out what you want out of life, what you want in a relationship, how you want yourself to be, how you want to, inspire others, and start focusing on that as early as possible.
Realize also that some of those people that I had that were like the cool kids that left me out of things when I was younger have come back later years and been like, it would have been really good to have listened to you, or you set a good example. So that's what we had for you guys today. We wanted to share that with you. You guys are amazing. The happy couple. We are out. Subscribe.
Your life will be made if you subscribe.
It'll be golden fairy tales and pink ponies. All right, or maybe not. But you just subscribe, then you'll get good stuff. All right, you guys are amazing.
Peace out.
Bye.